All right, today we have Interrupting Cow, Quid Pro Quo. This is a Patreon request, and this is Pardon My Reaction.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back straight from the Patreon request.
Yes.
This one is coming from Believe the Boner or Believe the Bonner?
The Browner.
Booner? Not sure.
It's been a little challenging trying to figure that one out. That person can tell us what we're saying.
Yeah. So he requested this song by Interrupting Cow, Quid Pro Quo.
Never
I
heard of
have no idea what this is.
Nah, man. No, I have no clue.
He says it's in his repeat playlist, and he wanted to know what we thought of it.
Supposedly it's like a deathcore,
Yeah.
kind of like a, those kind of fun like deathcore.
Well, I feel like if you have you have that font in your name, you kind of have to be
like metal
deathcore.
deathcore.
Yeah.
So I've never heard them. No idea what to expect.
No.
We heard the first 2 seconds, and it was real fast immediately. So let's get this thing rolling. Interrupting Cow, Quid Pro Quo. It's a pretty quick song, 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
Let's do it.
Let's just get through it, man. Let's do this.
There's so much going on.
Yeah. Oh, man, dude. That's fucking in your face, bro.
That is.
Oh, my God. Well, first thought, they're obviously like a pretty like new they're not new, but I'm saying they don't have like a label. Like sounds like they're doing it themselves, which is not a bad thing. I respect that. And in fact, I feel like metal of all genres is a genre that you can get away with that shit.
Yeah.
I could tell that there was some, like whether it's the drums, digital drums, there was some of that going on. Listen, I'm just doing the critical stuff first, which is not much, honestly. Like it sounds rougher, and I feel like that's part of the characteristic of it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it.
Yeah, I would say that too. That it was kind of almost rough on purpose.
I don't know if it's on purpose, but it works.
To me, I mean, there was a lot of that. That was a little bit much for me.
A little bit.
But all in all, it wasn't bad.
No, I actually didn't.
That is definitely a song you throw on when you want to break stuff.
Yeah, and I do like that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of bands start that way, and you go back and listen to, even like old Attila or We Butter the Bread with Butter, like their first records are very like, you could tell that there wasn't a lot of money. Well, there wasn't a lot of money thrown into it yet.
Yeah.
So there's a sound. It's hard to describe the sound, but there's a sound to it, but you see the potential in it.
the chugging and stuff at the end.
That was heavy.
That was actually pretty sick.
Yeah, there was actually multiple parts in there that I was like, damn. Like they had the right. I mean, and that's listen. Like in an era where there's a lot of chugging.
Yeah.
Happening through multiple albums, different artists, like it's very hard to come across as creative, because at some point they kind of start to sound similar, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like that particular, especially the ending one there.
The ending one was pretty cool because
so
it
good.
wasn't like a
Yeah, there was a nice
like
pattern.
normally is. It was quick, but it had its own tempo where it was like
It was cool, man.
that was pretty cool.
I would I
like
honestly
that
would
part.
rock this. Like I would throw this on. You know what I'm saying? Like just like put it in the playlist, and when it comes on, you're like, yeah, there it is. You know what I mean? Like I would be curious to hear more of them. Honestly, I mean, I can tell you that it's older because they have their logo here on a CD, which CDs are just almost non-existent. But I actually enjoy this, dude. I'm curious where these guys are at this point in life.
Yeah,
talking
because
7 years later,
Yeah, exactly.
8 years later.
Yeah, I would like to know. I might have to look up and see like if they're still going,
Mm-hmm.
or if like they have changed anything, or like got more money involved, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I enjoyed that. I don't criticize the flaws. I'm not trying to be rude about it, but there's a part of me that kind of digs that kind of stuff because it shows like, hey, this is our first record.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes the funnest because you feel like you're discovering like, oh man, these guys really have a lot of potential. And that kind of dirty vibe to it actually enhances it to a certain point.
A little bit.
Because over polished sometimes is just that. It's over polished. It's overdone.
Yeah, sometimes you do have like those metal bands that come out and like they're newer also, but they sound very digitalized. Like the drums sound very digital, and like things just don't mesh as well. But they are trying to make it sound like really expensive, but it doesn't really come across very well.
I'd love to see these guys live. I want to hear that sound in a live setting.
Yeah.
That would be cool. But anyways, great. Yeah, thank you for the request. From, what was the name? One more
Believe
time?
the Boner or something like
Believe
that.
the Boner. The Browner.
That's what I'm going with.
The Bowner. It was a request from us on Patreon. You guys can get on Patreon. You guys can request videos. It doesn't matter what it is. If we don't know it, if we've already heard it a million times, we probably won't. We'll ask you for a different one. But we will get on there and we'll do the requests, and we appreciate it because we always like finding new music.
Yeah.
If you guys are bringing stuff to the table for us, it helps us out tremendously. We love it. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about views. It matters about us finding new shit that we like. And we do like interrupting the cow.
Thank you to you. Thank you to Patreon. You guys, if you like what we do, go down in the description. We got that Cash App. You can donate to the show.
Yep.
Because everything we do hopefully goes back to the artists.
Yeah, at least some
And
of it.
then also, like this request came from, we have our Patreon you can go to for $2 a month, and you can request a video just like this, or you can listen to everything that doesn't make it to YouTube.
Yeah, but most importantly, follow, like, share, hit the notification bell, check out some of our past videos. That stuff all helps us out tremendously. So thank you guys. Interrupting the cow, quid pro quo, Joe. I just threw it in there because it sounded right. I actually dig it. I'm going to speak for me. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, not bad.